Hi guys, Matt from Finatics here. We got a special edition of Unboxed and New Arrival today. We got in a big order of plants yesterday late, so I'm just getting a chance to get them open right now. We'll go through and we'll do tank picks on these to add to as well, like we've been doing with fish. But let's start right off here with Ammonia. Nice red new growth on those and red stems. Ammonia is a nice bunch plant that'll run in at $5, but all our bunch plants run $5. We've got some that run a little bit more for like the annuities and such. I'll point that out. This guy here is Hygropenna. This got the cool, almost looks like an oak leaf on these guys. Another good bunch plant. Sometimes you'll have them shed leaves when you first get them, but then they'll come roaring back if they're happy with their situation. Moneywort, perennial favorite. It's got the real round leaves, kind of pithy. Another great bunch plant. And we've got Ludwigia Super Red Mini. Smaller round leaves with a nice bright red new growth. Good light will make that turn redder. See good red on some of those guys that are at the top. Remember, plants come in from the nursery. Usually they've been grown immersed out of the water, so they'll change over the leaf structure as they settle in. This is Rotala, and this is species Vietnam or Hurrah. Another nice red underleaf, green overtop, and it changes the leaf pattern significantly when it grows underwater. This is Ammonia gracilis. Another bigger oval leaf. Ammonias make them very nice. I got a couple of ammonias here. Very nice aquarium bunch plant. Here we've got another Ludwigia. They didn't give me a subspecies on the Ludwigia, but remember, big round leaves, typically quite easy to grow on the buds. That's all green on that guy. This guy is Ludwigia, and this is a needle leaf, so difference here is going to be a smaller, pointier leaf. A little bit of a pink stem on that too. Nice variety of Ludwigia. Good Ludwigias are typically quite easy to grow. Just need good light. This is Sagittaria. This is the narrow leaf variety. We carry this often, though. Funny, they call it the narrow leaf, and then it's got the little spade tops on this individual. What I found with the Sages is they're pretty variable, batch to batch. Sometimes it'll be slightly different. Sages are really good, easy to grow carpeting plants or mid-ground plants, depending on the variety. Here we have baby's tears. This is the giant baby's tears, done in a bunch. It's a little easier than the dwarf to do. You can do it like a bunch, or you can spread it out and use it as a carpeting plant as well if you've got CO2. This is Ludwigia dark red. Another Lud. Remember, the dark reds indicate they're going to need a lot of light to do well. Nice purple color to those on the underleaf and a dark green top. Super cool bunched Ludwigia. Here's another favorite. This is Pennywort, not to be mistaken for Moneywort. Pennywort's one of the big round leaves. This is the Brazilian variety. This guy, they always fold it over and bunch it. It'll grow like that. It'll also grow just floating around in the tank. It'll wind around things. It's usually, if it's happy, pretty easy to grow. If it's not happy, the stems will melt on you. This is a red melon sword. Nice size on those. I'll have to check the invoice, but I'm pretty sure these came in so I can sell them in the $5 group. Nice looking medium-sized sword. Italian bunched Vallisneria. Vals are easy for everybody but me to grow, so get them quick. Hopefully Barry's better at keeping these alive than I am. Vals are awesome. Every now and then you have that one plant that just doesn't work for you. Well, me and Val. Ludwigia, and this is, or excuse me, Loidelia. This is a golden Loidelia. It looks green in the bag, a little bit of yellowish on the tips, but as it grows up, it's got a really bright yellow foliage to it. That's not because it's missing CO2, that's just how it grows. This is Rotala macaranda. Rotala, excuse me, mispronounce it. Rotala macaranda. Pink underside, nice round leaves. That looks really cool when it's growing out of the tank. I've got some of that in my little display tank that grew up out of the tank and sprawled all over the place. It's a nice round leaf when it's out of the water. Let's see, we got some oddball stuff in here as well. I've got banana plants. Put the last batch someplace without much light at all because I've had good luck with it doing well in medium light situations. Apparently I pushed it too far so it didn't look great. We'll try a little better spot this time so you can get some spatterdock going. This is Limnifolia hippodurus. This has got a really needly leaf when it grows out. I really like the the hippo. Limnifolia hippodurus. Pink on the underleaf. It's real feathery, spiky looking dude. It's really cool. Let's see. Augustamon stellatus, narrow leaf. Alright, I have to, oh, I remember which one this one is. This is another real needle leaf. This guy is a little more challenging to grow, but if you get it going, it has a really bushy, needly leaf to it with a pink underside. Really cool. I've had this in before, and every time I've had it in, yeah, it looks good. It flies out of here because it looks really cool. Look that one up if you need to figure out what exactly it looks like, because that's really cool. Oh, I did get some of these. Cool. This is some mats of Java moss. You got two choices on that. Sell it as a mat, it'll be kind of spendy, or I can, and of course, seeing it through the bag, it's hard to see. But I got a couple of these guys. We can cut them up into bits, or we can sell them as a big mat. If you're wanting a big mat, let me know before I cut them up, because that's super cool. Let's see. Willow moss, a whole pound of it. We're going to start propagating that and be able to sell that out reasonably inexpensively. Of course, you can't see anything but a black bag right now. It's a version, it's a little different, a little more feathery than Java moss. So I've been working on trying to get more different varieties of moss for you guys to try out. A lot of times they look pretty much the same, but you know, if you got the opportunity, we might as well get more variety. Been out of duckweed for a little while. It's hard to imagine that I could run out of duckweed, but we sold out last month. We were propagating it outside and just couldn't keep up with the goldfish and your guys' demands, so we bought some more. That's still just $1 per ounce cup of that. Zola also didn't ever propagate that well for us this year. We'll try that in some of my display tanks and see if we can get that going again. But we'll have cups of that available as well. And that's it for this box. Got a whole another box coming. Got a whole nother box of goodies here. Let's see what we got on store for you. Great big Amazon swords to start with. These guys are clear out the top of the bag. Those guys will run a little bit more. I think they're going to be in the $10 version on the Amazon swords, but really nice extra large Amazon swords. So the size of Amazon swords, but these will be the $5 bunches of water Sprite. Look awesome. They'll be sticking out the top of the tank. There's some large Cryptocorn Windati Crypt, and this is the green, and I got the larges on these. They'll run $5 per plant on those. Cryptocorn Lucens. This is a medium. Little nice. A little more popular, or I don't know if popular is the right word. Straighter leafed crypt, nice and tall, really nice plant. Individual plants on that as well. This is clumps of lucens. I love it when I can get the clumps because they're only $2 more for the clump rather than buying the single plant. But sometimes you just need the one plant to put in a spot. Either way, those are super nice crypts. Here's the green Windati clumps. So again, got the $7 clumps, the $5 individual plants on those. What do we have here? Anubia's Nana Golden. This is something new I haven't had before. It's a different variety of Anubia. Well, it's a Nana, but it's more of a lighter green, almost yellow leaf to it. Let's see how that looks when we get it tanked up. kind of excited to be able to offer that. This is Crypt Parva. This is often used like a carpeting plant. It's a very easy to grow, lower growing crypt. Let's see, more of that val. This is bunch jungle val. Usually the bunch comes 3 plants to a bunch, plus or minus, and then it starts splitting off for you. $5 for the bunch plants. This is a Nubia Nancon medium. We got bare root Nancons. Nubias typically run $7. I think I've got some larger Nubias in here that may be a couple bucks more. We'll get the prices figured out when we're done the editing. These are medium Amazon swords. Wow, these are on the small side. Sometimes mediums are 3 times that size, but good looking plants. Just a little bit smaller. See how the price came out on those. Usually we're $7 on medium Amazon swords, but those might have, if they came in cheaper, we'll go cheaper. Hornwort, you get asked for that a lot. Hornwort's great for your breeding tanks and such. A lot of plant for your money. One clump for $5 is really huge. This is more Java fern. Oh, awesome! I forgot I was able to get that. This is just medium Java fern individuals. It'll be $5 per bunch on that. Anubias barteri. These are large barteris. I have to double check on that because I think I actually spent more money on these. I like the barteri variety. It's one of my favorites. But then again, you know, I haven't met a Nubia I didn't like. This is large coppifolia. I'm going to say, as far as large goes, it's a lot larger than we got for coppifolia last time. Coppifolia has the more ribbed leaves on it. Had it come in really large. That's not that big, in my opinion. Let's see, these are Nubia Nano, and these are good mediums that look bigger than those coppifolias. These are bare roots. Got a good selection of bare root Anubias. I personally prefer the Anubias to come in bare root. It's the first thing I do when I get a pot of Anubias. I yank the pot off and then do something with it. But we bring in both because I get requests for them. This is Cryptocorn Wendati Red. Got the bronze, well, the red leaf, not the bronze. We weren't able to get bronze this week. Got both the green and the red on that. Here's Hostifolia. That's a large Hostifolia. It's not as large as those extra larges I got last time, but a nice looking plant. Back to some bunch plants. This is Leaded Rotalia. Doesn't give me any other breakdown. I'll have to check the invoice to see if they gave us anything else on that. This particular Rotalia. But again, that gets a really neat immerse leaf. Grows up out of the top of your tank. Bacopa. Bacopa is a favorite of the stem plants. Cut that back and regrow it and regrow it. Pretty easy to take care of. Limnifolia aromatica. Does it say that 5 times fast? All the limnifolias actually have quite a smell to them. Aromatica has kind of a lemongrass smell. It's kind of cool. Some of the different, like the Bacopa, has a really strong smell too. Muriel. I have a hard time getting some of your, what used to be the most common plants like Najas and Kabumbas and things like that. So we've been bringing in a Mirio. It's a little more sensitive, but it does that real nice frilly look. It's great for breeding grasses. Also brought in a little bit semi-aquatic plants. Still got quite a few, but I was out of these arrowheads with the mixed colors. You see there's some pinks in there and some greens. I like the arrow, and the whites. I like those a lot, so that's why I buy them. Let's see. Here is, oh, there it is, Scarlet Temple. It's very scarlet in the bag, almost unreal, the pink color on that. Of course, if it's happy, it'll keep a real nice bright color to it. And depending on your light, it might go more of a rusty color. And then we got some oddball stuff in the bottom of the box here. First off, these are some carnivorous plants. Brought a mix of those. Looks like we got a pitcher and honeydew. Not sure what that one is. That looks like it's actually a Venus flytrap. Bought flytraps also. Bigger pot on those. Those are 3-inch flytraps. Of course, I buy those because I like them. Well, you do too. Oh, almost missed these guys. These are dwarf sage. This is got the wide leaf again. I like the needle leaf when I can get it, but I like this too. Good carpeting plant, and not so hard to do. This is dwarf baby's tears. Dwarf baby's tears is notoriously hard to get going unless you got a lot of light and some CO2. I do know some people that run it without CO2, just to have a good setup for it. But if you got a CO2 system and want to do dwarf baby tears, I think you'll have better luck. Glossia stigma, that's what it is. Glosso, they call it. It's another carpeting plant. Looks a lot like baby steers, but actually considerably easier than baby steers. And then lastly, I got him some tissue cultures. I'm going to try these out, see if you guys like them. They weren't that expensive. I've had people ask me, do you have anything snail-free and all that good stuff? And so these guys, tissue culture. Looks a bit mushy, but I think it's all right. This is actually dwarf baby tears as well, done in a tissue culture. So these look a little better than that one. Yeah, that one looks really good. I'll be getting those priced out real aggressively. Once you guys give it a try, and if it works real well, we'll work on trying to get more of these guys. Alright, that's what we got for this edition of the plants. We'll get you up some tank pics right away. Alrighty, now that we've had a day or two to have these plants in tanks, they're starting to look amazing. Well, they look pretty much amazing when they got here. Start on this end with the limnifolia and the ammonia. There's some more limnifolias. Jump into our aromatica and bacopa, lodelia. All these guys are bunch plants. Our bunch plants go for $5 a bunch. Whether it's a Ludwigia or another Ludwigia or another Ludwigia or even a fourth Ludwigia, say, yeah, the one with the red leaves, we'll get it for you. When you come in for your private tour, you'll see just how nice these look. Or if you just want to tell us, hey, circle that one and get me some of that. That's a temple and scarlet temple. There's some blue hygro and some hygropena. Water sprite going crazy. That's stostamen, or I forget what the common name on that guy is. That's starting to look really cool already. Hair grass and some vowels and some sages. I got the vowels and sages kind of interspersed. More bunch plants for you guys. Remember, all the bunch plants are $5. There's hornwort taking over. Muriel looking amazing. Some baby's tears. It's actually looking really good. That's the giant baby's tears. 3 different types of rotalis, all looking really good. These are all, again, bunch plants, $5 each. Here's all our crypts. The single crypts are $5 a piece. Remember, also have the clumps of crypts, which are $7, but everything in this tank is $5 as well. We've got all our plants separated out to make it easy to tell which is which. So if you come in for a tour, you'll know, hey, that's the $5 tank. That's the $7. Those are the premiums. This is one of our premium tanks. It's got the clumps of the crypts, both the lucens and the windati clumps. Also, our anubias in here. Smaller nanas or bigger nancons. Also some hostifolias there. And then got in those anubias, the nana golds. Jump around here. I do get large barterized, and there's some more nangies, potted anubia plants. All those, most of those are $7. The large barterized run a little more, they're $10. Also throw our bananas in here to see if they like the light. Looks like they do because they're throwing spatterdock like crazy. Bananas are inexpensive. They're a $3 plant. Here's another group of our premium plants. That's the, what do they call that? Like the onion bulb or calistratum. And some baby's tears. There's the coffifolias that came in really nice leaves. Not as big a plant as I'd hoped for $10, but nice looking plant anyway. Also got the large hostifolias, extra large Amazon swords, and then I got those big mats. I already sold one of these guys out, but these are the big mats of the Java fern. Really a great deal on those. $30 seems like a lot for a plant, but if you're actually doing a lot with it, you know, trying to get a whole mat going, they're actually a really good deal, much better than buying individual plants. Lastly, I've got this tank here that's got half-price plants in it. These are some stuff left over from last order, like these swords that kind of died back and came in short. All our distressed plants are half price. So those Radican swords and these little Amazon swords. Got some Anubia plants that are kind of bald. They'll grow back. A few bunch plants that are actually pretty nice too in there. Anything out of the half price tank, well, it's half price. Well, that's most of everything we got going right now. I didn't get a good picture of some of the things like our semi-aquatic plants. If you have any questions about those, give me a shout about them. Do have a moss project going on here. That's that willow moss that we just got in. We're going to work on that for a while to make sure it's good and healthy before we send it out. Got a ton of Java moss that we're propagating and pinching for you guys. Also working on propagating that peacock moss I told you guys about a bit ago. Got new duckweed in, but we still got salvinia and azolla going. We're always working on a few different projects back here. So anything you don't see, ask about. We're either working on it or we can go out and get it for you. Thanks so much for checking in our video. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a trooper. I know this is a long video about plants, but what can I say? I'm passionate about plants. I'll catch you all on the next video we got for you. It'll probably be something exciting because it's always something exciting at Finatics.